Wake up, folks! I've got over 10 amazing tortilla recipes coming your way. Let's go! Grab a few tortillas, soft and flexible, perfect for what's coming. Let's set them aside for now and move on to the good stuff. In a bowl, mix ground beef with chopped parsley, a teaspoon each of paprika, garlic powder and salt, just enough to bring it to life. Get in there with your hands. It's quick, messy and the best way to bring everything together. Scoop some of that seasoned meat onto a tortilla and press it out all the way to the edges. Then overlap with another tortilla and do it again, just the same as before. This double layer is the secret to a thicker, heartier roll. Now for the mozzarella. Sprinkle it generously across both tortillas. This is where the magic starts. Roll it all up into one solid wrap. 2 tortillas deep, packed with flavor, ready to slice. Cut it into thick rounds. Each one is like a savory little scroll. About 2 fingers wide works best, thick enough to hold together, but still easy to bite into. Next, take a skewer and thread on 3 pieces. They're already holding their shape, no toothpicks needed. Place the skewers on a baking tray lined with parchment and brush the top with barbecue sauce. Then, flip them over and brush the other sides too. Don't skip this step. This glaze is going to caramelize beautifully in the oven. Once all sides are coated, it's ready for the oven. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes, just enough for everything to cook through and crisp up. While that's baking, let's make a quick dipping sauce. Into a bowl goes some yogurt, half a teaspoon of salt and 2 cloves of garlic, pressed for extra punch. Stir it all together until smooth and fragrant. Spread that sauce onto a plate. Add some pickled red onion for bite, then set the skewer right on top. Dip it, flip it and let it soak up all that garlicky goodness. And there it is, juicy, cheesy, saucy and hard to stop at just one. Enjoy! This one's rich, spicy and seriously satisfying. Simple ingredients, big flavor. Let's fire up the pan. Minced beef goes straight in. Skip the spatula. The potato masher breaks it down fast and gives you that perfect brown texture. If you like tricks like that, check out our other channel. It's full of kitchen life hacks. Links in the description. Time to chop up some pepperoni, or in my case, chorizo slices. It adds a smoky, paprika-kissed kick that turns simple beef into something crave-worthy. Toss it straight into the pan with the meat. Now for the spices. Dried onion, garlic powder, paprika and a touch of salt, about a teaspoon each. Now crack open a can of peeled tomatoes in their juice. Not too thick, not too watery, just right. Pour it straight into the pan and mix until everything melts into a rich, meaty sauce. Let that bubble away for about 10 minutes, stirring now and then. Once it thickens, time to add the creamy part. A big, heaping spoonful of cream cheese. We are not measuring here. 1 giant tablespoon with confidence. Break it up with a spatula and fold it in until the filling turns smooth and luscious. Now turn off the heat, filling's ready. Now onto the wraps. Take a round tortilla and add a generous line of filling, just like you're building a burrito. Roll it up snug, tuck in the sides if you like, and take a moment to really wrap it tight. Smooth, even and no gaps. Seal it with a toothpick to hold it together. Simple, neat and locked in. Now grab the chili oil. Just a light brush on top for heat and shine. It's not just for the spice. It adds color, a little kick and helps the tortilla crisp up beautifully. Then into the oven 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. They'll come out golden, a little crisp on the edges and packed with flavor. Serve with your favorite dipping sauce. Wherever you've got in the fridge works. This one's juicy, bold and seriously satisfying. Enjoy every bite! I could honestly make a whole tray of these and still wish I had more. So good. Next up, garlic bread roll. You'll need softened butter for this one. If yours isn't soft, here's a quick hack. Pour boiling water into a bowl to warm it up. Then pour the water back out and cover the butter with the warm bowl. It'll soften up in no time. Once the butter's ready, toss it into the bowl. Crush in a couple cloves of garlic. Fresh garlic really wakes everything up. Then add some garlic powder, paprika and dried parsley, layering the flavors so it's bold but still balanced. And a pinch of salt. Mix it all together into a smooth, garlicky spread. Now grab the tortillas. I'm using 3, just enough to roll into a nicely sized log. Spread that buttery mix over one side of each tortilla all the way to the edges. It's much easier if you use the back of a spoon. Works like a charm. Now overlap the tortillas into one long strip to get them ready for the next step. Then, take a blender and shred about 200 grams of mozzarella. It only takes a few seconds, but makes everything quicker and easier. Next, sprinkle that shredded mozzarella evenly across the whole strip. Nothing beats that melty cheese inside. Roll it up into a big log, then slice into thick pieces, around 4 to 5 centimeters. Now get your muffin mold ready. I'm using a silicone one here. It's important that it fits the size of the rolls, so they hold their shape while baking. Drop the pieces in and sprinkle a little extra mozzarella on top. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. When they come out, they are golden, melty and packed with garlicky, cheesy flavor. One of those simple little dishes that always makes breakfast feel a bit more special. Enjoy! You're not ready for how fast and satisfying this one is. We are turning a tortilla into something you'd normally need 2 hands and a drive-thru for. Let's get to it. Grab a tortilla and press a good handful of ground beef right onto it. Use your hands to spread it edge to edge. Don't hold back, it needs full coverage. Season with a pinch of salt and a bit of freshly cracked black pepper. Yes, I'm still grinding and grinding. Alright, done. Now heat up a skillet and drop the tortilla in mid-side down. This step is key. We want the beef to cook directly against the heat. Give it about 2 to 3 minutes, just until the bottom browns and the meat cooks through. Flip it over. Now the tortilla side gets a little toasty. While that happens, place a few slices of cheddar right on top of the hot beef. Let them melt right onto it. Now it's time to stack the toppings. Pickles for the tangy crunch, a handful of shredded lettuce, some diced onion, and a generous squeeze of burger sauce, or taco sauce, or cheese sauce. Honestly, wherever that yellow delicious stuff is, it works. Fold the whole thing in half while everything's still warm and melty. And just like that, you've got a full-blown flavor bomb in your hands, no bun required. Takes just minutes and hits like a proper burger. This one blew me away, no exaggeration. Crispy edges, juicy middle, melty cheese, all wrapped up and ready to disappear. Here's a dish I keep coming back to, perfect for a cozy breakfast or late brunch. Start by chopping some scallions, nice and fine, and toss them into a bowl. Then onto the skillet goes the bacon. Fry it on both sides until it's crispy and golden. Once it's done, transfer it to a board and chop it into small crunchy bits. That goes into the bowl with the scallions. Now grate in some cheddar cheese. I'm using about a 1/4 cup. Then grab a second bowl. Time to prep the eggs. Out of the magic pocket. Yep, eggs. Crack 2 of them into the bowl. Now add about 80 ml of stock. Then beat it all together with a fork until smooth. The stock makes the eggs extra rich and savory, kind of like a shortcut to deeper flavor. Back to the skillet, the one we used for the bacon, and cook up a quick scramble. It's simple but full of flavor. Now fold that scramble into the bowl with the rest of the filling, and that's our mix. Next comes the tortilla. Spoon the filling right into the center. Then take another tortilla and cut out a small round. That'll be the lid. Place it on top of the filling. Then fold the bottom tortilla up around it, working your way around the edges to close it up. You'll end up with a neat little round bundle. Toast it in a pan seam side down first, so it seals properly. Flip it once it's holding its shape and cook until it's golden and crisp on both sides. And when you cut into it, that crust cracks and the filling is just everything you want it to be. Rich, cheesy, a little salty and full of flavor. One of those recipes that looks fun and delivers every single time. Time for something a bit more serious. This one's bold, filling and packed with flavor. Start by placing a pan on the stove and adding a few slices of bacon. Let them crisp up nicely. Golden and crunchy is what we're after. Meanwhile, slice a couple of tomatoes into round slices. Nothing fancy, just wherever feels right. Once the bacon is done, add those tomato slices right into the same pan. Next, layer on some cheddar cheese. Let it melt gently over the tomatoes. Now from the magic pocket, grab 2 eggs, crack them and give them a quick beat. We are keeping it smooth and light. Pour the eggs evenly over the cheese layer in the pan. Then place a tortilla right on top, covering everything. Give it a little time to toast on the bottom. Now flip the whole thing out onto a cutting board, just like that. Time for the sauces. A little mayonnaise and a bold zigzag of sriracha, my favorite part. Roll it all up into one big satisfying wrap. The inside says it all. Rich, gooey and full of flavor. Enjoy! This one's a game changer. A crispy, cheesy, smoky bite that you won't be able to stop eating. To begin, place a large tortilla on the cutting board and slice it into strips about 3 to 4 centimeters wide. Next, take cheddar cheese slices and cut them into matching strips, so they fit perfectly on the tortilla. Now roll each tortilla strip with the cheese inside, forming little rolls. Keep them snug. This helps the cheese melt perfectly while the tortilla turns soft and slightly gooey. Time for the bacon. Take bacon slices and wrap them around each roll. As it cooks, the bacon will hold everything together, adding that rich, smoky flavor to every bite. Now, secure everything by threading several rolls onto a skewer. 3 rolls fit just right, perfect for my air fryer. This way they cook evenly and get that delicious caramelized glaze all around. Before frying, brush them with barbecue sauce for the deep, smoky flavor. Then sprinkle on a bit of brown sugar. This caramelizes beautifully as it cooks. Now into the air fryer they go. Bake until beautifully caramelized and bubbling with flavor at 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. And there you have it. Crispy bacon, gooey cheese and that perfect sweet and smoky glaze. One bite and you'll be hooked. The ultimate party snack. Pure flavor, no compromises. Enjoy. It's easily a 10 out of 10. Get ready for a mind-blowing breakfast that will revolutionize your mornings. This recipe is a real game changer. Let's begin with a round baking dish. This is going to be the stage for our culinary masterpiece. Now grab a pack of tortillas, take each tortilla and fold it like an accordion. Then place these accordion folded tortillas vertically around the edge of your baking dish, creating a beautiful circular pattern. Keep going until you filled the entire dish. It should look like a lovely tortilla flour. Now the fun part, the filling. Let your creativity run wild here. We are going to stuff those accordion folds with all sorts of goodies. Start with some ham, then add some smoked sausage, and don't forget a generous helping of cheese. Feel free to mix it up with your favorite meats and cheeses. This recipe is all about making it your own. In a separate bowl, crack open 4 eggs. Sprinkle in some Italian herb mix and a pinch of salt for flavor. Pour in some milk and give it all a good whisk. This egg mixture is going to bring everything together. Carefully pour this eggy goodness over your stuffed tortilla accordion. Make sure it seeps into all those delicious folds. Pop it in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 18 minutes. Or if you're using an air fryer, 12 minutes at the same temperature should do the trick. You're looking for that perfect golden brown top. Once it's done, slice it up and serve. Each piece is a perfect blend of crispy tortilla, melty cheese, savory meat and fluffy egg. It's a complete breakfast in every mouthful. Here's a snack that'll make pizza night way more fun. I'm grabbing several tortillas, but we are not making wraps today. Using scissors, cut each tortilla right down the middle for a clean split. When you're done, you'll have 2 half circles from each tortilla. Roll each half into a cone shape and secure it with a toothpick. And now into the air fryer at 180 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. This first bake makes them crispy and sturdy enough to hold all our filling without falling apart. While those are crisping up, slice thin sausages into small pieces, about a centimeter each. You want them bite-sized, so they fit properly in our cones. Next, grate some mozzarella. This is going to be pizza after all, so we need that proper cheese pool. Mixing the sausage and cheese together, this is our filling. I'm doing this on the cutting board, but honestly, a bowl would be much easier for this step. But this way, we don't need to wash an extra bowl. Now for the pizza sauce. Opening the can with a spoon handle, little trick that works every time. Now to the cones. They are perfectly crispy and it's time to build these beauties. We can get rid of toothpicks now. First, I'm stuffing them with the sausage and cheese mixture. Then, adding a spoonful of pizza sauce right in the middle and topping them with more of that sausage cheese blend. Now set them upright in the air fryer so nothing spills out. Back in at 180 degrees Celsius for another 5 minutes. Just enough time to melt the cheese and let all those flavors become best friends. And look at this clever little snack we've created. These pizza cones give you all the satisfaction of pizza, but in a fun handheld format that's perfect for parties or when you want something different. Plus, the cheese stretch when you pull them apart. Let's switch things up with a crispy wrap that's melty, savory and packed with flavor. Grab a can of tuna. As always, I am using the spoon as a lever hack to pop it open. Drain it well through a sieve, whether it's packed in water or oil. We want it nice and dry. And yep, more tricks like this are over on our hacks channel. Then, straight into the bowl it goes. Next up, the onion. Straight onto the knife. Guess it saw it coming. Now finely dice it. The smaller the better. It adds crunch and just the right kick. Then into the bowl a generous spoonful of mayo, a splash of lemon juice, a teaspoon of dried oregano or wherever herbs you love, thyme or basil work too, and just a touch of salt to balance it all out. Now mix it all together. This is your creamy, tangy, tuna-packed filling. And here comes the tortilla. We are going with shredded cheese first. I'm using mozzarella, but anything that melts well will do. Spread it over half the tortilla. Then pile on the tuna filling. And top it with another layer of cheese. This helps it all stick together inside. Now wet the edge with a little water. We left a clean border for this. Fold it in half into a neat crescent and press the edges down firmly. Fingers or a fork, either works. Onto a hot pan it goes. Dry skillet or a touch of oil, your call. Cook it for 2 to 3 minutes per side until golden, crispy and the cheese inside is fully melted. And now the magic moment. Cut it open. The outside's golden and crackly. The inside creamy, juicy and packed with flavor. This wrap is everything. Crunchy, gooey, tangy and deeply satisfying. It's fast, it's filling and it always hits the spot. Enjoy! Ready for something fun and super satisfying? We are making a warm, savory snack that looks as good as it tastes. Take 2 small tortillas and a couple of ramekins. Just cut each tortilla from the edge to the center. That simple cut makes the folding work like magic. Drop the cut tortilla into the ramekin and shape it into a cone. Now let's make the filling. Olive oil in the pan, followed by ground meat. Here's a little hack. Use a potato masher to break up the meat evenly while it cooks. It's quicker and gives a better texture. And while that's cooking, time for a classic trick from our kitchen. Use a fork to pop open a can of pizza sauce. Works like a charm. Add the sauce to the meat and cook it down until it's rich and thick. Smells amazing already. Then spoon that filling into the tortilla cones. Fill them up generously, but don't go overboard. We are not done just yet. Next, grab some cheddar and grate it right into the grater, not a bowl. It saves dishes. Trust me, I do it all the time. And top that meat with plenty of cheese. Then grab your eggs. It's breakfast time. 1 egg per cone. Crack it right over the top and let that yolk shine. Now, brush the edges of the tortilla with barbecue sauce. Why? It caramelizes as it bakes, adding flavor and helping the tortilla get that golden color. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. And when they are done, just look at that. The egg is cooked perfectly, yolk slightly runny. It's comfort food in a cup. Enjoy! Let's turn tortillas into something truly delightful. You'll need a silicone muffin tin for this, perfect for shaping our tortilla cups. Roll up a few tortillas, tuck one end into a muffin cup, then use scissors to trim and repeat for the other cups. In no time you'll have perfect little cups ready to be filled. Next, crack eggs into a bowl. There are so many ways to do it. Drop one in and peel away the shell. This method is a great hack for avoiding messy cracks. Try the classic rim of the bowl crack. And of course, our magic pocket for that special third egg. Add feta cheese to the bowl. Then twist a pepper mill for a fresh, flavorful dash of spice. Finally, start whisking with a fork until everything is perfectly blended. Now pour the egg mixture into your tortilla cups, and here's the secret. Generous chunks of salmon. Slice the salmon carefully into even pieces, then add them to each cup for a rich, savory character. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. These are perfect for brunch or any gathering. Cute, delicious and effortlessly impressive. Enjoy! Next recipe is a fun one, quick to make and super satisfying. To start, take a hot dog and wrap it with a slice of cheddar cheese. This will be the flavorful stuffed edge of our tortilla. Next, wrap the cheese-stuffed hot dog with the edge of a tortilla and secure it with a toothpick. Repeat this process to create 4 of these rolls. They will form the borders for our filling. Now, let's prepare the mixture. In a bowl, beat an egg. Here's a handy tip. If you drop the egg, it will crack into large pieces, so you can easily remove the shell. Next, add dried garlic, salt and black pepper. Pour this savory blend into the center of our tortilla frame and sprinkle generously with grated mozzarella. Place the tortilla in an air fryer and bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. Once baked to perfection, remove the toothpicks and serve. Enjoy this hearty and satisfying dish. Next, I want to present garlic bread from tortillas. Prepare 2 tortilla sheets to fit your air fryer. Spread cream cheese on top. Don't skimp on the cheese. Then, generously sprinkle both tortillas with dried garlic. And grate a sufficient amount of cheese. I used white cheddar, but you can use any to your taste. And the final touch, Italian herbs. Layer tortillas on top of each other and cook in the air fryer at 160 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. Here's the aromatic and soft garlic bread from tortillas, and it's wonderful! Don't miss what's next. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell. New videos every Sunday. Quick, visual and actually useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.